I sat in the front row of the law office, my fingers clenched tight. The leather chair felt too big, or maybe I felt too small. Ethan, the lawyer said, adjusting his glasses, I know this is difficult. I nodded. Just read it, Mr. Harper. Sophie leaned back beside me, legs crossed, sunglasses still on, even though we were indoors. Let's get this over with, she mumbled. He cleared his throat. As per the will of Margaret Cole, all her possessions, estate, and financial assets are to be transferred to her son, Ethan Cole. Silence. I blinked. What? Everything? Sophie snapped, leaning forward. That can't be right. Mr. Harper glanced down at the papers. It's clearly stated. Her mother's signature is notarized. Witnessed. Legal. No, she said, there's no way. She loved us both. She wouldn't do that. I looked at her, Sophie. I didn't know. I thought she'd split it. She stood up. Are you behind this? Did you convince her? What? No. She turned to the lawyer. You knew she was sick. Maybe he took advantage of her. Miss Cole, Mr. Harper said, calm but firm. Your mother was of sound mind when she signed this. I shook my head. I don't want it. Give it to Sophie. Sophie's mouth dropped open. What? I said. Give it to her. I swallowed hard. I don't care about the money or the house. She needs it more. You're serious? Yes. Mr. Harper blinked. That's highly unusual. Draft whatever you need. I said, I'll sign it right now. Sophie stared at me like she didn't recognize me. You're giving it up? I nodded. She tilted her head, lips curling slightly. Well, maybe you finally realized you didn't deserve a rupee anyway. Room fell silent. What did you just say? You heard me?
Bice.
She sat down again, arms crossed. You always played the martyr, the good son, dropped out of school, stayed with Mum, like it made you some kind of saint. I did those things because I wanted to, because she was sick. Exactly, she snapped. You got her love. Her attention, I was invisible. I looked at her, heart hammering. I gave you everything. No, Ethan, you gave Mum everything. And you left me with scraps. So don't act like this gesture erases that. My jaw clenched. I thought this would help. Help? She laughed coldly. You think you're some kind of hero? Giving away what was already mine? Wasn't yours? Oh, grow up. You think Mum didn't see through you? She pitied you? That's why she left it all to you? Out of guilt, I stood. I'm done here. You always were good at walking away, she said. Just like Dad. That one stung. I turned to Mr. Harper. Send me the papers. I'll sign them later. Sophie snorted. Of course you will. I paused at the door. My voice was quieter now. I hope this makes you happy. She didn't answer. Outside, the sky was overcast. Gray clouds matched the tight feeling in my chest. I walked. I don't know how long. Just walked. When I finally sat down on a park bench, everything hit me at once. She didn't thank me. She didn't cry. She didn't even seem surprised. Just angry, titled. And that line, you didn't deserve a rupee anyway. I whispered it aloud. Tasted bitter. Was that what she really thought of me? I remembered all the nights I brought her food when Mum was in the hospital, the job I quit to stay home, the debt I took out under my name when Sophie's student loan defaulted. None of it mattered. I had just handed her everything, and she had spit in my face. Why did it hurt so much? I wiped my eyes with my sleeve. I didn't even know I'd been crying. A mother dies, and her children fall apart. Maybe that's how it goes. My phone buzzed. Text from Mr. Harper. Drafting papers now. Will email for e-signature by tonight? I didn't reply. I just stared at the screen. Then I looked at the sky. Ma'am, I whispered, what were you thinking? Was she trying to fix something between us? Or did she really believe I'd need the money more than Sophie? No answers came, just wind and silence. I don't know how long I stayed on that bench. Eventually, my phone rang. Unknown number. I picked up. I hope you're not changing your mind, Sophie said. Double quotes. No, I'm not. Good. Because I already started calling contractors, redoing the kitchen first. I blinked. Contractors? Yes, Ethan. The place is old. Mom never updated anything. I'm thinking granite. Maybe marble. You called contractors the same day you got the house? Well, yeah. What? You want me to cry or something? I said nothing. She sighed. Look, you did the right thing. Even if it took you long enough. I hung up. No goodbye. No thanks. Nothing, just the echo of her voice, sharp and cold, like a blade pressed too close. I leaned back against the bench. I thought giving her everything would give me peace. Instead, gave me clarity. She never cared. Not really. And maybe, deep down, I'd always known. But now, I couldn't pretend. Any more asterisk? The ceiling dripped. Again. Great, I muttered, dragging a plastic tub under the leak. The flat smelled like mold and cold coffee. I hadn't unpacked. What was the point? My phone buzzed. Sophie, housewarming tonight. Bring drinks, eh? Photo followed her in Mum's old living room, feet on the glass table, smiling with two strangers. I stared at it, then turned the screen face down. Later, another ping. Sophie posted a news story. I tapped it. Loud music. Lights. Laughter. She danced in Mum's kitchen. My stomach turned. I called her, wow. She answered. Half laughing? Didn't think you'd call you coming? You're throwing a party tonight? Yeah, why not? She died 2 weeks ago. Exactly. I needed something to lift the mood. Don't be so dramatic. She raised us there. Oh my God, Ethan. Don't be weird about this. It's my house now. I know it is. Then let me enjoy it. I hung up. I hadn't eaten all day. Or yesterday. I opened the fridge's water and an expired yogurt. I closed it. My clothes were still in garbage bags. I lay on the mattress, staring at the cracked wall. My chest ached. Not from hunger. It's from something else. Maybe this was what I deserved. I gave it all up. I chose this. But did I? My phone buzzed. Again, Rachel. First message in years. Hi, just heard about your mum. I'm really sorry, you okay? Stared at it for minutes. Then typed, not really. She replied instantly. Want to talk? Or coffee or both? I hesitated. Then not tonight. Anytime. Seriously, you don't have to go through it alone. I stared at those words, alone. I was no friends, no job, no plan. Just pain. I checked Sophie's story again. She was laughing now, drunk maybe, wearing Mum's necklace. The one Mum promised me. I called her again. She picked up on the fourth ring. Ethan, you good? Hit the necklace. Oh, relax. Mum said it was for me. She also said a lot of things. Dead people don't argue back. That's cruel. No, it's honest. Grow up. You gave up the house, remember? That includes what's inside. You're unbelievable. She laughed. You always made things so emotional. Like the Ak. World owed you something. I never asked for anything. Exactly. That's why you got nothing. I ended the call. I couldn't breathe. My chest felt tight. My eyes burned. I grabbed my coat and walked outside. It was raining. I didn't care. I just needed air, space. Silence instead. I heard voices, a couple laughing near the corner. Honking, I sat on the steps and buried my face in my hands. I don't get it, I whispered. What did I do wrong? Street lamp flickered. I pulled my phone out again. Stared at Mum's contact. Gone. She was gone. And all I had left was the echo of Sophie's voice. You didn't deserve a rupee anyway. The words looped, over and over. I tried to sleep, but dreams wouldn't come. Just flashes. Mom coughing. Hospital lights. Sophie yelling. My own hands shaking as I signed the will away. Morning came like a punishment. Another text. Sophie, can you stop messaging? It's getting sad. I threw the phone against the wall. It didn't break. I wished it had. I sat there, staring at nothing, until the silence started to feel like noise. Then, for the first time, I asked myself something I hadn't dared to before. Why did she do it? Not just the party, or the necklace, or the house. Why did she hate me enough to hurt me like this? I had given her everything, hadn't I? Maybe I gave too much, and maybe, just maybe, she liked watching me fall. That thought scared me, but not as much as how true it felt. I stood outside Mum's old house, her house now. The garden was overgrown already, dead leaves piled around the porch. She hadn't touched it. I rang the bell, nothing. I knocked. Footsteps. Then the door opened a crack. Sophie's face appeared. Half-dash shadowed. What? We need to talk. She rolled her eyes and swung the door wider. About what, Ethan? I stepped forward. I just want to understand. Why are you doing this? Doing what? Acting like I'm the enemy. I stole something from you. You did. I blinked. I gave you the house. You took everything else. I stared at her like what? She folded her arms. Mum's attention, her love, her time. You were her son. I was just a satellite no one cared about. That's not true, she laughed, dry and bitter. Of course it is. You were the perfect son. Stayed with her. Sacrificed everything. She told everyone how amazing you were. She was sick. I stayed because she needed me. Exactly. And everyone praised you for it. You don't even see it, do you? See what? That I was invisible. I was always second place, even. To a dying woman. My jaw tightened. So this is about being jealous? Her eyes narrowed. Don't you dare use that word. Then explain it to me. I don't owe you an explanation, she snapped. You gave me the house, remember? Walked away. So stay gone. I stepped closer. You want me gone that badly? As you standing? Here it's pathetic. You're still looking for approval. Still playing the good son. No, I said. I'm not. I came here thinking we could talk. Then maybe you'd, I don't know, care? She scoffed. Care, Ethan. You don't get it. I don't want your guilt or your pity. I want peace. And peace means you not showing up at my door. You think this is peace? I pointed toward the inside. You're living in a tomb. Our mother's memory is in every corner of that house. So why are you treating it like a prize? 'Cause it is, she said. It's the only thing she left that had my name on it, even if I had to take it from you. I didn't fight you exactly, 'cause you always had the luxury of walking away. I walked because you pushed me. She slammed the door. Shut. I stood there, breathing hard. I knocked again. What now? She shouted from the other side. I deserved better, I said through the wood. From you, from her, from all of it. Silence. Then she said, grow up, Ethan. You were always Mom's favorite. I was just background noise. My hands curled into fists. I never saw it, I said quietly. I thought this was about money. But it's not. She didn't answer. It's hate, I said. You hate me. You're damn right I do. She snapped. Now leave. I stepped back. Fine. The door stayed shut. I walked off the porch, back onto the cracked pavement. The wind stung my eyes. Or maybe it was something else. I used to feel guilt. Always thought I could have done more, but standing there, hearing her voice, something changed. She didn't want help. She wanted revenge. And I felt something I hadn't allowed myself in years. Anger, real. Deep, burning anger, not sadness. Now, shame. I turned my phone on, looked at the photo from that party again. Her grin. That glass of wine. I deleted it. I didn't want to see her face anymore. Not the one she showed the world. The one I just saw, pulled, bitter, proud. Her true face. And finally, I stopped pretending it didn't exist. Asterisk, I didn't plan to see her. Was just walking. Avoiding the flat. Avoiding everything. The bell above the cafe door jingled. I looked up from the pavement. The sign said Ward's Roast. That name, ... I stepped inside. Warm air. The smell of espresso in her voice. Be right. With you? Rachel, I froze. She turned and stopped mid-step. Her eyes widened. Ethan. I nodded. Awkward. Hey, oh my God. She came around the counter, apron still on. You look terrible, I half smiled. She hugged me tight. No, just ... tired. I didn't hug her back right away, then I did. She pulled away. Sit, please. Sit. I sat. She grabbed 2 mugs. Still drink tea with no sugar? Still do? She slid a cup toward me. I can't believe it's really you. She sat across from me, eyes scanning my face. What happened to you? I sighed. You heard about Mom? She nodded slowly. I'm sorry, I meant to message. I didn't know if you'd want to hear from me, I would've. Down, she was a good woman. She was everything. She let that sit, then asked, and Sophie? I hesitated. She's living in the house now. Rachel frowned. Wasn't it left to you? Yeah, I gave it to her. You what? I didn't want to fight Ethan. ... She told me I didn't deserve a rupee anyway. Rachel's eyes widened. She said that to you? She sat back. That's cruel. You don't deserve that. Those words hit me. You're the first person who's said that. Then everyone else is blind, she said. You took care of your mom. Sophie didn't. I thought I was doing the right thing, giving her everything. I shrugged. Felt easier than holding on to it. She shook her head. No, that's not easier. That's pain disguised as peace. I blinked. You look like you haven't slept, she added. I haven't eaten. I didn't answer. Ethan, I'm fine. No, you're not. Surviving, that's not the same as living. I stared into my cup. Don't even know how to live anymore. She reached across the table. You still write? Haven't in a long time? You should. Not sure anyone wants to hear from me? I do. Silence. Then I said, why are you being kind to me? She tilted her head. Because I know you, and I never forgot you. You could have. But I didn't. I felt something sharp in my throat. I looked away. She stood. Come with me. Where? Kitchen. You're helping me prep. That's your thank you for the tea. I blinked. Wait, what? You need something to do? And I need hands? So get up. Rachel, no arguments. I followed her through the swinging doors. The kitchen was warm, humming with sounds. She handed me an apron. I stared at it. She grinned. It's not an inheritance, but it's honest work. I laughed. For the first time in weeks. She showed me how to prep croissants. I fumbled. I dropped a tray. Great start. 5-star chef energy. I'm ruining your kitchen. You're making it better, she said. I paused. You mean that? Every word. We worked until the afternoon rush. I wiped my hands on a towel. She turned to me. Come back tomorrow. Are you offering me a job? Technically, I'm begging. Please say yes. I smiled. I'll come. Good. She looked serious now. You're not alone, Ethan. I nodded barely. After I left, I didn't go home right away. I walked. Slow. My phone buzzed. From Sophie, need you to stop bothering people, especially Rachel. I stared at it, then deleted it. I wasn't bothering anyone. Rachel had asked me to come. Rachel saw me. That night I sat on my mattress, holding a paper napkin she'd stuffed into my pocket Ward's roast. Free muffin with kindness. I didn't cry because I was hurt. I cried because someone had looked at me and didn't see a failure. She saw me, and that changed everything. Asterisk. Still up? Rachel asked, setting a coffee mug beside my laptop. Couldn't sleep, I muttered. Been applying for jobs. She leaned over my shoulder. You typed out 17 cover letters? 18. I rubbed my eyes. The last one might have ended with, please just hire me before I die. She laughed, tempting offer. I'm losing my mind. You're rebuilding it. I looked at her. What if no one wants to hire me? Someone will. She took a sip. Actually, Thomas was asking about you, your brother. Now he needs help redesigning the charity site. Freelance gig, part-time. Does he know I haven't touched web design in 2 years? He said, and I quote, if he's not a total idiot, I'll take him. I smirked. High praise. Want me to give him your number? I hesitated. Yeah, please. The next morning, Thomas called. You any good with CSS? Or do I have to teach you like a child? Define good, he snorted. You sound like a developer. Come in Monday. We'll see. I hung up, stunned. Rachel grinned. You're in. Haven't even done anything yet? You got out of bed. That's something I showed up Monday shaking, but ready. Thomas handed me the wire frames and pointed at a dusty monitor. You break it, you fix it. Don't bother me unless it's on fire. 2 hours in, he walked past, glanced at my screen, and muttered, Not bad. I almost cried at lunch. I texted Rachel. He said, Not bad. That's practically affection. She replied, You're basically family now. I started coming in 3 days a week. I hadn't realized how much I'd missed being useful needed. That Friday, my phone rang. Sophie. I stared at the screen, thumb hovering. I answered. Hello, Ethan. You'll never guess Mum's kitchen? Gutted? I'm doing marble countertops, and the island's gonna be massive. I stayed quiet. I hired an interior designer. He says the place needs breathing room. Whatever that means, but it's gonna look so expensive. Silence, she paused. Anyway, you're not mad, are you? No, really, no. Well, good. She sounded almost disappointed. I waited, she added. You wouldn't have known what to do with all this anyway. I hung up. No yelling, no reaction, just quiet. For once, I didn't feel small. That night, I sat at my desk, staring at the blinking cursor. Then I typed, title, The Ones Who Take and the Ones Who Stay Silent. I gave everything to my sister. And she looked me in the eye and said, You didn't deserve a rupee anyway. I kept writing. Poured every line from my chest. No names, no revenge, just truth. 3 hours passed. I posted it. Didn't expect anything. Didn't care. The next morning, my inbox was full. Rachel texted, You went viral. I blinked. What? She sent a screenshot. 2 4K likes. Thousands of shares. The comments, I've lived this. Thank you for saying what I couldn't. I cried reading this. Stared at the screen. Rachel burst in. Wrote something real. Just told the truth. And people needed it. I shook my head. I know what to do now. Do it again. What? Keep writing. Keep telling your story. I'm not a writer. She raised an eyebrow. It's exactly what a writer says before. Writing a book? I laughed. Calm down. You finally used your voice, Ethan. And it mattered. That night, I wrote again. And I didn't cry this time. I smiled. Asterisk, have you seen this? Rachel walked into the cafe, waving her phone. What now? I asked, wiping the counter. She turned the screen toward me. A photo of Sophie mascara smudged. Arama standing outside Mum's house with a for sale sign behind her. My stomach dropped. She's selling it, apparently, and not quietly. I took her phone. The comments were brutal. Party princess broke the bank. Didn't she inherit everything? Another rich brat who thought grief was a shopping spree? Sat down. This doesn't make sense. She told me she was renovating, not drowning. Rachel raised an eyebrow. How many chandeliers did she buy? I don't know. I haven't spoken to her since she called to brag. She still call you when she's winning? I didn't answer later that day. I checked the real estate site. The listing was real. Asking price. Slashed. Urgent sale. My inbox pinged. Unknown sender. Subject. Sophie Langford. Urgent matter. Opened it. Ethan, Glenn Harper here. I handled. Your mother's estate. I need to speak with you regarding a recent discovery. It concerns your sister and a document she submitted to liquidate part of your mother's stock portfolio. Please call me as soon as possible. Regards, Glenn Harper, ESQ. My pulse hammered. I called Mr. Langford. Glenn answered. Q. For responding? What's going on? I'll be direct. Sophie submitted a release form, claiming your mother had designated her as co-beneficiary of the trust funds, specifically the investments. But the document? It's a forgery. I stood. What do you mean, forgery? She altered an existing form. Poorly, I might add. Our office caught the inconsistencies when the brokerage flagged it. The dates don't match the signatures, are mismatched, and the notary she listed has been retired for 2 years. I sat again. She forged her way into the money, and withdrew a substantial portion before we intervened. How much? Nearly $120,000. My throat went dry. Is that even legal? No, it's fraud. And given the amount, it crosses into criminal territory. We've reported it to the relevant authorities. She could go to jail? Yes, I didn't speak. I wanted. To inform you personally, Glenn continued, because you're the original legal beneficiary, you had every right to those funds. I gave them up. He sighed. You were never obligated to. She exploited that. I ended the call. Hands were trembling. Rachel sat across from me. Well, she forged a document to get into Mum's investments. Rachel's eyes widened. She what? Stole over 100 grand? It's fraud. They reported it. She's being charged. Not yet, but she might be. Didn't do anything, I whispered. You didn't have to, Rachel said. She did this to herself. Part of me wanted to feel pity, but mostly I felt quiet, like a wind had shifted. I didn't call Sophie. I didn't warn her. I just waited. 3 days later, she showed up at the cafe. I was in the back when Rachel hissed, Ethan. She's here. I stepped out slowly. Sophie stood at the counter, eyes red, arms folded like armor. We need to talk. Rachel crossed. Her arms, not here. Sophie looked past her. Ethan, please. I nodded to Rachel. It's okay. She stomped out, muttering something under her breath. Sophie followed me outside. We stood near the dumpsters. It felt fitting, did you know? She asked. I said nothing. You did, didn't you? You knew they were investigating me. They told me, yeah, she swallowed. You didn't warn me? You didn't warn me when you emptied the trust. I needed it. You lied. She winced. It was mine too. No, it wasn't. Mum never loved me, she snapped. Not. Like you. She always picked you. I just took what I deserved. You forged her signature. I deserved something, Ethan. You got everything. You still wanted more. She stared at the gravel. You're going to arrest me. I didn't respond. I'm going to lose the house. I waited. Don't you care? I met her eyes. You told me I didn't deserve a rupee. So no, Sophie, I don't. She blinked fast. I didn't mean it. Yes, you did. And that's the problem. She looked away. You used to be kind. I'm still kind, I said quietly. I just finally chose myself. She didn't speak. I turned to go. Wait, please. I don't know what to do. Paused. Figure it out. I went inside. Rachel was waiting. You okay? She asked. I didn't yell, I said. Cry. I just told the truth. Rachel smiled. That's growth. I nodded. Feels like it. My phone rang at 12:07 a.m. I stared at the screen. Sophie. I let it ring once. Twice. Then picked up. Ethan, her voice was wrecked. Not her usual dramatic sob. This was something raw. What? Already knowing they're going to arrest me. I leaned back on the couch, blinking at the ceiling. I didn't mean for it to go this far, she said. I just needed the money. I thought I could fix it before anyone noticed, but they did. They froze my accounts. The lawyer stopped answering. And now I have some detective leaving voicemails. So, she choked. So I'm scared. Should've thought of that before forging Mom's signature. I didn't think it would matter. She was already gone. It wasn't like you stole. I borrowed. No, Sophie. Borrowing means returning. You spent it. There was a long silence. I didn't call to fight, she whispered. I called because I don't know what to do. I stayed. Quiet. I need you to help me, she said. Please. How? You just have to say you knew. That Mum told you she changed the documents before she passed. That she meant for me to have part of it. No, Ethan, no. Breath hitched. Why not? Because it's not true. But you could say it is. I could, but I won't. You're seriously going to let me go to jail? I stared into the dark. You let me rot alone in that flat for months. You watched me fall apart. That's not fair. You told me I didn't deserve a rupee. I didn't mean it. You did. It was just anger. Pain. I was in pain too. Still am. She sniffled. I've lost everything. No, you took everything. And now the consequences are here. You don't have to be cruel. I'm not being cruel, I said. I'm being honest. She went quiet. I can't lie for you, Sophie. You did once. You lied to yourself to protect me. Told yourself I needed it more, and that lie nearly destroyed me. She was sobbing now. I didn't call to hurt you, she said. I'm drowning, I know. Thought Mabot'd still care. I do, I whispered. But I care about me more now. You're not like this. No, I said, I'm finally like this. Another silence. This one longer. I was always jealous of you, she admitted. I know. You were good, even when things were falling apart. You held on? I couldn't. I wanted to punish you for that. You did. And now what do I have left? Maybe. Whatever's left is what you're supposed to face, she whimpered. Please, just tell them. One sentence. Just say Mom told you she meant to include me. I swallowed. I won't. Her breath caught. You really mean that? I mean, it. She exhaled hard, like something inside her cracked. I hope you feel good about this, she said, voice sharp now. I hope watching me fall makes you proud. It doesn't, I said. But it finally makes sense. What does? Why? Mom left everything to me. She hung up. I stared at the screen for a long time, then put the phone down and turned off the light. For the first time in months, I slept straight through the night. Asterisk. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I do. I sat in the witness box, palms sweaty, heart steady. State your name. Ethan Hale. Relationship to the defendant? She's my sister. The prosecutor nodded. Can you describe the events leading to the current dispute? I cleared my throat. Our mother passed away. Her will left everything to me. I signed it all over to Sophie. Why? Because I believed she needed it more than I did. Did your mother ever express intent to split the inheritance? In fact, I found a letter she wrote to me before she died. She said she left it to me because I gave her everything. There were murmurs. The judge raised a hand. Silence followed. Did you authorize any transfer of stocks or funds to Sophie after signing the estate to her? No. I never saw or signed any documents involving Mum's private stocks. Do you recognize this signature? I looked down at the page. That's my name, but that's not my handwriting. Are you saying this was forged? Yes. Who would have had access, Sophie? I looked across the room. She didn't meet my eyes. The defense attorney stood. Mr. Hale, is it true that you have unresolved tension with your sister? Yes. Is it possible your testimony is emotionally motivated? No, I replied. It's truthfully motivated. You've had financial struggles since your mother's death, correct?
Yes.
And yet you didn't reclaim? The estate when your sister refused to share? No. Why not? Because I believed walking away was better than dragging her through court. But you're here today because I was subpoenaed. He blinked, caught off guard. So you're not seeking restitution? No, not even now. No. The defense sat down, lips thin. The judge cleared her throat. Thank you, Mr. Hale. You may step down. I walked back to the gallery. My legs felt numb. Sophie sat across the aisle, red-eyed, makeup smudged. Her lawyer whispered something. She shook her head. The judge shuffled papers. After reviewing the evidence, including handwriting analysis, bank transfer records, and Mr. Hale's testimony, it is clear that Ms. Sophie Hale committed fraud by forging documentation to access restricted assets from her late mother's estate. Sophie stared straight ahead. This court hereby rules in favor of restitution to the estate. All liquidated assets will be frozen. Property is to be returned to the original legal heir, Mr. Ethan Hale. I didn't move. Furthermore, a sentencing hearing regarding criminal charges will be scheduled. The gavel struck, court adjourned. I stood in the middle of the hallway, motionless. Rachel touched my arm. You okay?
Stop.
I turned toward her. I thought I'd feel something. Don't. I feel hollow. Like I just watched someone drown and couldn't throw a rope. You did what you had to do. I told the truth. That's all anyone can do. I looked back at the closed courtroom door. She looked small. She made her bed. I sighed. I don't want the house. What? They offered it back. It's legally mine again. But I said no. Ethan, I don't want it. It's just bricks and ghosts. She stared at me for a moment. You sure I am? Then let's go. To where? Anywhere but here. I nodded. We walked past the courthouse steps. Press didn't follow. No one noticed us. Just two people walking into daylight. Can I ask you something? She said. Yeah. Why didn't you take revenge? I thought about it and, realize revenge is just grief with teeth. She nodded, then smiled. You sound like someone who's finally healing. I'm trying. I looked up. The sun was sharp and clean. For the first time in forever, it didn't burn, it warmed. Asterisk. I unlocked the door to our new flat and stepped inside. Soft light, fresh paint. Home, Rachel said, setting down tea mugs. Feels strange, I admitted. She smiled. You did it. I exhaled. Yeah, she carried my boxers into the living. Room tea, please? We sat on the floor with mugs and mismatched cushions. This place is tiny, I said, swirling tea. Cozy, she corrected. And ours. I nodded. I like it. Mum's voice would have approved, Rachel said softly. I closed my eyes. I still feel her sometimes. Me too. Silence lingered before she asked, and Sophie? I paused. Sometimes I think of her. Are you okay? I don't ache anymore, I answered. Just remembering, she blew on her tea. You've carried so much. Now let yourself rest. I looked at her. Thank you for everything. She grinned. Now let's talk about the blog. I blinked. The blog. I read your latest piece, how you moved on, built new life. It's getting attention. I shared it, and thousands replied. Messages like thank you. I thought I was alone. I swallowed. I wasn't. None of you are. Not anymore. Oh, my phone pinged. A notification. Just wanted to say your words saved me. Thank you, I stared. More notifications? Stories? People sharing their own betrayals? Healing? Closures? I didn't expect that. Rachel leaned in. Your voice matters. I still can't believe it. You started a conversation. I checked my inbox. Over 100 messages. People from different countries, different ages, same pain. A man wrote, I forgave my sibling after reading your blog. We talked. Healing happened. A woman wrote, I left the toxic home because of you. I felt something warm in my chest. Hope. Rachel touched my hand. You sparked that. I just shared feelings I didn't know how to say before, and now others can. We sat quietly, sipping our tea, watching the sun move across the small room. Later, we cleared the dishes. I washed. She dried. Ever think of going back to journalism, more full-time writing? Right. She asked every day. You have followers. Waiting, I'm scared. Of what? Failing again. Being visible. She smiled. You already failed. It's that flat. Sophie. Heartbreak. But you rebuilt. And now, the only thing between you and growth is fear. I stared at the soapy water. You make it sound easy? Sounding is easier than doing, but you're doing. I dried the last cup. She put it away. We stood face to face. How do you feel now? She asked. Like I earned this peace. She squeezed my shoulders. Then own it. I nodded. That evening, I wrote another post, shorter this time. Mom's letter changed me. Sophie's betrayal taught me worth. Now I choose life. I published. And sent the link to Rachel. She texted back, "It's beautiful. You're different." I lay back on the couch, looking around the room. Photos of us on the mantle. My laptop on the desk. The kitchen table with 2 chairs, a new kind of home. My phone buzzed again, another message. "Your words gave me strength to leave. Thank you." I set the phone down. Rachel came to sit beside me. She rested her head on my shoulder. "Okay," she said. I nodded. "We are." I thought of Mum's letter words. "You already found yours." And for the first time, I believed them. I didn't need Sophie's acknowledgement. I didn't need the house. Didn't need validation from anyone who chose to hurt me. I had me. I had Rachel. A life built by choice, not guilt. I reached over and held her hand. She looked up. "Let's stay here for a while." I squeezed her palm. Yes. We sat in silence, sipping lukewarm tea, listening to the quiet hum of our flat. I felt lighter. Real. The ache was gone. The story was mine to tell. I would keep telling it, because I wasn't alone. None of us ever are.